01 Making conversation. In spoken English, you might hear small questions added to the ends of sentences. These are called question tags, and they are used to invite someone to agree with you. 1.1 Key language question tags. The simplest question. Tags use the verb to be with a pronoun. Statement. New language question tags are vocabulary introductions and greetings, new skill making conversation. Question tag. Matching the subject. The music is very loud, isn't it? Of the sentence. 1.2 Further examples. Question tags. He's tall, isn't he? You're cold, aren't you? I'm late, aren't I? N. For statements with I use, aren't I? Not, amn't I? In the negative question tag. I'm not talking too much, am I? 1.3 How to form question tags. A positive statement is followed by a negative question tag, and a negative statement is followed by a positive question tag. Statement. The music is very loud. Question tag uses negative form of verb. Verb is positive. Statement. Question tag. Isn't it? Question tag. The music isn't very loud. Is it? Question tag uses positive form of verb. Verb is negative. 12. Tip. Question tags are mostly used in informal situations. Place X venue. 1.4 Add question tags to the sentences. They're good dancers, aren't they? 1.5 Say the sentences out loud, adding question tags. She's a great guitarist, isn't she? Question mark. She's not very well, is she? Question mark. This venue isn't very nice. Is it? Question mark. You're not leaving now, are you? The weather is perfect. Isn't it? Her dress is beautiful. Isn't it? Isn't he? The food is delicious. Isn't it? John's hilarious. Question mark. You're tired, aren't you? Question mark. 4. You're dressed nicely, aren't you? Question mark. Isn't it? The music is fantastic. Question mark. Isn't it? 5. It's very cold. Question mark. Is it? The food isn't healthy. Question mark. 1.6 Listen to the audio and answer the questions. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. 5 people are attending a birthday party. Uncle Don thinks the party is wonderful. True. False. John is Wilma Barrington's boss. True. False. 2 Wilma only meets one of John's friends. True. False. Julie and Chung are friends with John. True. False. Chung doesn't like the band playing at the party. True. False. 6 Julie looks at the food but says she isn't hungry. True. False. Chung wants to dance before eating. True. False. 13. 1.7 Key language. Formal and informal conversations. Chatting to friends uses informal language, while greeting people at work may use formal language. Formal. Informal. Good morning. Ms. Bescoes. How are you? May I introduce Emma Wilson? I'm very well, thank you. Hin. I'm very pleased to meet you. I'm delighted to meet you, too. You, too. Hi, Jane. How are you doing? Fine, thanks. This is Marta. Great to meet you. 1.8 Fill in the gaps using the phrases in the panel. Good evening, Mr. Fisher. 14. How are you? Question mark. Oh, great to meet you. 2. This is Tess. Delighted to meet. Hi Cameron, how are you doing? How are you? I introduce delighted to meet. Is Tess. You, Mrs. McIntosh. To meet you. Question mark. How are you doing? I introduce. May. Dev Chandera. Ni. 1.9 Mark the best reply to each greeting. All of these replies are correct, but some are more appropriate for formal or informal situations. Hi, Mandy. 1.10 responds to the audio, speaking out loud. May I introduce Mr. Tom Grant? I'm delighted to meet you. Hi, Joe. Good evening, Mr. Ree. How are you? May I introduce Ruth Tate? I'm delighted to meet you. This is Vicky. Kaya. Lovely to see you. Good afternoon, Mrs. Sullivan. I'm very well, thank you. Fine, thanks. Great to meet you, Ruth. I'm delighted to meet you, Ms. Tate. I'm very pleased to meet you, too. You, too. I'm very pleased to meet you, too. Great to meet you. I'm delighted to see you, too. Pete. Great to see you, too. Hi, Andrew. How are you doing? Hi, I'm fine. Great to meet you, Camilla. You too. I'm very pleased to meet you. I'm delighted to meet you too. Jatinder, this is my friend, Amy. Great to meet you. Good morning, Mr. What? How are you? Good morning, I'm good, and you? May I introduce Mrs. Girdwood? I'm very pleased to meet you. This is Shahid. Nice to meet you. O1 checklist. Question tags. R introductions and greetings. Making conversation. 15. O2 vocabulary. 2.1 countries. United States. Canada. Of America, US. Mexico. Cuba. Bolivia. 7,110. Peru. Chile. Argentina. Venezuela. Paraguay. Uruguay. Brazil. Algeria. Nigeria. Uganda. South Africa. Egypt. Sudan. Kenya. Portugal. Spain. Republic of Ireland, ROI. Netherlands. France. United Kingdom, UK. Germany. Italy. Slovakia. Czech Republic. Poland. Greece. Romania. Turkey. Russia. Lebanon. Saudi Arabia. United Arab Emirates, UAE. Pakistan. India. POHOD. Mongolia. China. Thailand. Singapore. Indonesia. Philippines. South Korea. Vietnam. Japan. Australia. New Zealand. 17:03 Where things are. English uses prepositions to talk about where things are. It is important to learn the correct prepositions for different phrases describing locations and directions. 3.1 Key language prepositions of place. Many locations must have a particular preposition before them. Using the wrong preposition can change the meaning of a sentence about where things are. By. Por, pella, pello. By the sea. Junto de mar. New language prepositions of place. Our vocabulary countries and nationalities new skill talking about where things are. In the north. No norte. In the mountains, nas montanas. In the forest. 18. On the coast. Na. Costa. On an island. Na illa. Cima. Off the coast. Fora da costa. 3.2 Vocabulary compass points and useful phrases. Northwest. Noroeste. West. Ueste. Southwest. Sudoeste. NW. SW. In the city. On the river. North-norte. Northeast. The opposite side of the world. Nordest. East. Lest. Around the world. Sudest. Dot. 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 South Sul. Southeast. 3.3 Read the postcard and fill in the gaps with the correct preposition of place. Dear Yasmin, we're having a nice time on the island of Tenerife, which is just off. We're in the African coast today, the city of Santa. The cruise. Our hotel is on coast, which is great because I love Rife being by the sea. Love, Hannah. 3.4 Listen to the audio and answer the questions. Yeah. Joe and Patsy are on a trip around the world. They introduce themselves to some other travelers. What nationality is Patsy? English, Scottish, Irish. Where is Raj from? India, the Indian Ocean, South Africa. Where is the Isle of Skye? Off the coast, on the river, on the coast. OQO, 200. Travel, teacher. Where in England is Manchester? The north, the northwest, the west. 4 Where is Tasmania? East of Australia, west of Australia, south of Australia. 00. Hollow square hollow square hollow square hollow square hollow square hollow square. Oh, who doesn't live on an island? Raj, Patsy, Carla. 19. 3.5 Responds to the audio, speaking out loud. What country are you from? I'm from Brazil. What nationality are you? I'm Brazilian. What town do you live in? I live in Osasco. Where exactly is your town? It's in southeast of Brazil. Do you live on the coast? No, I don't live. What's the capital city of your country? The capital city of Brazil is Brasilia. 3.6 Key language precise prepositional phrases. 3.7 Match the pictures to the correct sentences. Right next to. Bem ao lado. Perto de. In front of. Frente de. Halfway between. No meio de caminho. Just to the left of. Logo or esquerdo. 20. Directly opposite lado oposto. Diagonally opposite. It's on the coast. It's right next to the hospital. It's halfway between the two stores. It's diagonally opposite the castle. It's in front of the forest. 3.8 Read the article and write answers to the questions as full sentences, using prepositions of place. Q. Explore the world. The best places to visit this year. Home 1 Entries about eye contact. City profile. Durban is one of the largest cities in South Durban, Africa. It is situated by the Indian Ocean, on a huge bay on the east coast. With its mild winter climate and its location right next to beautiful beaches, Durban is a surfer's paradise. It is also a magnet for tourists, with several fascinating museums about Durban's history in the city centre. Durban hosted the World Cup soccer matches in 2012, and is home to many cultural events like the city's annual International Film Festival. International conferences are often held at the new conference centre. Durban is the home of Southern Africa's busiest port, and is a major manufacturing centre. There are excellent transportation links to many major cities, including Johannesburg in the north, and Cape Town on the west coast. Fancy. Which country is the city of Durban in? Durban is in South Africa. Which ocean is Durban situated by? Durban is by the Indian Ocean. To which coast is Durban on? Durban is on the east coast. 3 How close is the city to beaches? It's right next to beaches. Where in Durban can you find museums? In the city centre. Hold. 5 Where in Durban are conferences held? Conferences are held at the new conferences centre. Where in South Africa is Johannesburg? Johannesburg is in the North Oss. A. Which coast is Cape Town on? C. T is on the west coast. 03. Checklist. Prepositions of place. Are countries and nationalities. Talking about where things are. 21. 04. Numbers and statistics. Fractions, decimals, and percentages are all pronounced differently in spoken English, following a few simple rules. Follow. 5/6. 4.1 Key language fractions. New language numbers in spoken English are vocabulary sports events. New skill using numbers in conversation. 724. You might see fractions written out as words. Aside from half and quarter, the bottom number of a fraction is written or spoken as an ordinal number. 1. 4/4. A quarter. Use ordinal numbers for the bottom of a fraction. 1/3. A third. 8. 1/2. A half. Use cardinal numbers for the top of a fraction. 3/5. 240. 2 1/4. 3/5. 11/2. 1 1/2. Use and to link a whole number and a fraction. 4.2 Key language decimals. Decimals are always written as numbers, not words. The decimal point is pronounced point, and all numbers after the decimal point are spoken separately. 01.046. Decimal points are written in English using a period or full stop. 3.9705. 0.5. 0.5. 1.7. 0.5. 0.5. 1.7. There are three ways of saying decimals that begin with 0. 2. You don't say 3. 5.97. Single quote. 3.97. 4.3 Key language percentages. The percent symbol is written and spoken as percent. You might also see percent written in UK English. Percentages are normally written as numbers, not words. 1%. 99%. The percent symbol is pronounced percent. Single quote. 55.5%. 1%. 99%. 55.5%. 22. 83%. 72. 9%. 4.4 Say the numbers out loud. 3/4. 30%. Greater than 0.75. 1/8. 82%. 2.93. 32. 4.5 Listen to the audio and complete the sentences with numbers. $. You will hear a sports report from the athletics championship. Jerry Smith beat the 400 meters record by 1.5 seconds. 43.4. Kamau Mburu's time in the 400 meters was seconds. 2. Kenya holds Sue Chin jumped 50% of the long distance medals. 2.05 meters in the high jump. The Millennium Stadium was 3/4 full. 6. Lorna Davis jumped 7.12 meters in the long jump. John Wood won the 800 meters by 2.57 seconds. 4.6 Say the sentences out loud, saying the numbers correctly. Ed Lee jumped 8.96 meters in the long jump. Ed Lee jumped 8.96 meters in the long jump. Tony Elliott was just 30 centimeters behind Lee. This was 2/3 of a second faster than his last race. 4. Jenny O'Day ran the 100 meters in 10.2 seconds. Jessie Cope ran the 100 meters in 9.6 seconds. 6. The US currently holds 19% of the medals. Ran 04 Checklist. Numbers in spoken English. Are sports events. Using numbers in conversation. 23. 05 Times and dates. There are many ways of saying the time and the date in English. American and British English speakers often use different forms. 5.1 Key language saying what the time is. US English and informal spoken UK English use the 12-hour clock. 9:30. 9:30. New language precise times. Are vocabulary dates in US and UK English. New skill talking about times and dates. 8:55. 3:45. 3:45. You might hear the 24-hour clock in public transport. Announcements. 0700 0700 24 9:25 3:50 9:25 10 to 4 9:27 27 minutes past 9. Saying minutes shows you are being precise about the time. 3:51 08 43 08 43 16 26 9 minutes to 4 16:26 5.2 Listen to the audio and fill in the gaps using the times in the panel. Sophia and Dylan are going to see a play. Dylan calls Sophia to say he will be late. Arne. Dylan's train was due to arrive at 18:07. Dylan's train was due to leave at 2. The new arrival time of the train is 7:30 p.m. 18:07. 17:14. The play starts at. Sophia will wait for Dylan until 6. The intermission of the play is at 8:45 p.m. Q. 18:55. 7:25 p.m. 19:15. R. March. 5.4 Match the US dates with the UK dates. 5.3 Key language dates. Dates in American English are usually written with the month first. Dates in British English are usually written with the day first. US. The 3rd of October 04. The 3rd of October 2004. March 10th 2004. March 10th 2004. March 10th 2004. 10. Wednesday. UK. The 10th of March 04. The 10th of March 2004. 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 US. UK. The 7th of August 2006. April 6th 2006. The 6th of April 2006. The 8th of July 2006. 2. The 6th of February 2006. The 9th of August 2006. August 9th 2006. The 6th of May 2006. The 5th of June 2006. Street. 5.5 Look at the poster, then respond to the audio. Speaking out loud. What time does the music start? At 12 o'clock. When does the music finish every day? At 11:30 in the evening. What date does the festival begin? 14th of August. What date does the parking lot close? 17th of August. 2. The 2nd of June 2006. Not. Festival. Now in its 15th fabulous year. Headline acts include 3rd. The TANGS Palermo Fits. Music begins in the main arena at 12:00 p.m. on Friday the 14th of August. Music finishes at 11:30 p.m. every evening. Parking lot opens 10:00 a.m. Friday the 14th of August. Parking lot closes 12:00 p.m. Monday the 17th of August. Campsites open 10:30 a.m. Friday the 14th of August. Campsites close 11:45 a.m. Monday the 17th of August. What time do the campsites close? At 11:45 in the morning. 05. Checklist. Precise times. Are dates in US and UK English. Talking about times and dates. 25:06 Contact details. Telephone numbers, street addresses, email addresses, and web addresses are expressed in slightly different ways in US and UK English. 6.1 Vocabulary Contact details. First name. New language letters and numbers are vocabulary contact details. New skill exchanging personal information. Mrs. Opening parenthesis. Mulhere's Casadas. Miss. Opening parenthesis. Mulhere's Solteras. Ms. Ms. Tanto soltera quanto casada. House number. Title. Middle name. Last name. Street address. Mr. Robert Thomas Johnson. 1. 617. 555 5351. Rob. Johnson at webmail. Net. 80 Elm Drive. Birmingham. Town. Alabama 03337. U.S. country. Cell phone number. U.S. Mobile number. UK. Email address. State. Zip code. U.S. Postcode. UK. 6.2 Pronunciation websites and emails. In spoken English. Com, at, and co. UK are pronounced as follows. 26. www. Domain. Comgil. Smith 99 a domain. Comgil. Smith 99 a domain. Co. UK. w.com. At domain.com. At domain.co.uk. 6.3 Read the business card and write answers to the questions as full sentences. Jonathan William Smith 2629 Gateway Street, Portland, Oregon. 97,205. Opening parenthesis. 503. 225 3500. Johnny at JonathanSmithFilms.com. What is Mr. Smith's first name? His first name is Jonathan. Oh, what is his middle name? William. What is his house number? 2629. What town does he live in? Portland. What is his zip code? 97,205. What is his cell phone number? 6.4 Listen to the audio and text. 6.5 Answer the questions. Write the place names that are spelled out by spelling the place names out loud. Illinois. Shanghai. How do you spell Northville? Single quote. Chicago. Northville. A-E-I. Bilbao. Hi. E-I. How do you spell Chicago? Single quote. Johannesburg. Winnipeg. How do you spell Madagascar? Single quote. Milwaukee. Vancouver. How do you spell Beijing? Single quote. Marseille. Edinburgh. How do you spell Arkansas? Single quote. Pasadena. Bangalore. 27. 6.6 Pronunciation numbers. In American English, the number 0 is pronounced 0 and repeated numbers are said individually. In British English, many different pronunciations are possible for 0 and rows of repeated numbers. 0, 0, 0, 44, 44, 555, treble 5, 44, 555, double 4, triple 5, 555. 6.7 Listen to the audio and answer the questions. Yeah. Joe is swapping contact details with the new friends he met on his trip around the world. What is Steve and Eva's street address? 100A Valley Road. What is Steve and Eva's phone number? 029363332. 2. What is Raja's house number? 1488. What is Raja's email address? raj@kuvox.com. Oh, what state does Will live in? California. What is Will's zip code? 90,499. What is Joe's street address? 11 Chatsworth Avenue. What is Joe's postcode? NW41HU. 6.8 Pronunciation vowel sounds. The names that you heard in the dialogue include different vowel sounds. Practice saying the names below, then listen and repeat. 28. Steve equals Eva. Joe equals Will. Raj. 6.9 Look at the luggage tag, then respond to the audio, speaking out loud. What is the name of her street? Who does the missing luggage belong to? Jude Jones. Spell out the name of her town. Name: Jude Jones. Address: 21 Coombe Avenue, Minehead, Somerset TAR 546AY. Telephone: 00441191278594. Mobile: 07700900742. Email: judy219@webmail.net. What's her mobile number? What is her email address? 06. Checklist. Letters and numbers. RR contact details. Exchanging personal information. New language. Review the English you have learned in Units 1 to 6. Sample sentence. At. On. The music is very loud, isn't it? Question tags. Unit. In. 1.1, 1.3. The music isn't very loud, is it? Prepositions of place. I live on an island off the coast of Australia. 3.1. Fractions. The stadium was only 3/4 full. 4.1. Decimals and percentages. Times and dates. Contact details. According to our survey, 55.5% of people exercise more than twice a week. The meeting took place at 2:30 on Monday, April 6th. My email address is rob@webmail.net. Q. 4.2, 4.3. 5.1, 5.3. 6.1. 29:07 Talking about jobs. Work X job. English uses the words job and work in a variety of contexts to talk about different professions, working conditions, and career paths. New language, job, and work are vocabulary. Jobs and professions. New skill. Talking about your career. 7.1 Vocabulary. O que voce gostaria de trabalhar. What do you would like to work to? A. Sa. 30. Architect. Electrician. Musician. Flight attendant. Firefighter. Travel agent. Mechanic. Fashion designer. Driver. Hairdresser. Plumber. Surgeon. Pilot. Butcher. Journalist. Vet. Writer. RR 7.2 Read the job advertisements and write the highlighted words next to their definitions. Trainee. Job listings. Urgently. Wanted. Trainee hairdresser, 30 hours per week, divided between part-time work in the salon and part-time work at our hair academy. Sports journalist. Needed. Attractive salary of $40,000 per year and generous annual vacation. This position is full-time. Someone who is learning a job. Work in addition to your set hours. O describes a complete working week. PART time. Butcher needed for busy local shop. We offer a competitive wage of $15 per hour and the possibility of overtime work for the right candidate. Someone who does unpaid work to gain experience. A period of work of a set number of hours. A fixed amount of money paid per year, often monthly. Describes an incomplete working week. A fixed number of days off work per year. A fixed amount of money paid per hour, often weekly. Pipe. Architectural practices. Looking for an intern for 6 months. No salary is offered, but the position may lead to a full-time job. Firefighters. Required urgently. Are you fit and healthy? Happy to work an 8-hour shift? Apply online with your CV now. Overtime. Full-time intern. Shift salary. Part-time. Annual vacation. Wage. Remuneração. RR 7.3 Rewrite the highlighted words, correcting the errors. 2. Trainee. Dear Ms. Cox, I am very excited to hear that your company needs a trainee architect. I worked as an intern at an architecture firm last year and believe that I have the skills and experience needed for this job. I am happy to work over hours and would expect a wage of $30,000 per year. I am ideally looking for full-time work, but would also be willing to consider a half-time job. Yours sincerely, Joshua Adams. 31. 7.4 Key language, JOB, work. The words job and work are commonly confused in English. I enjoy my job. Job can only be a noun. It cannot be a verb. Work can be a noun. I enjoy my work. I work in an office. It can also be a verb. 32. I'm looking for a job. Job is used for a specific role. It is a countable noun. I have so much work to do. Work is uncountable and used for general activities. I start work at 9 o'clock. I get to work by bus. English uses work to talk about working hours and travel. 7.5 Fill in the gaps with JOB, work. I am looking for a new job. This is really hard. I can't come as I have to. 3. It is a difficult. It took me years to find a. 5. I have a lot of. Late. But I love it. I love. To finish. I really want to. In marketing. I have a part-time. Do you get to? What time do you finish? 10. Tyler wants to leave his. By car or train? Question mark. 7.6 Listen to the audio, then number the pictures in the order they are described. 7.7 Read the article and match the highlighted words to their definitions. Business Today. 2 Careers. Teacher Salim Hussein and financial consultant Josie McDonald talk to Joan Ridden about their career paths since finishing their studies. Salim. After I completed my advanced studies in nursing, I worked in teaching hospitals and enjoyed a fabulously interesting career. At 32, I had a very demanding role in emergency medicine. Once I became a father and there were some extra stresses at work, it became too much and I decided to resign, despite loving the work. I was lucky because one of my old professors contacted me and I began teaching part-time. Training nurses is the best job in the world. Josie. My first job was as a financial assistant. This was great experience and it helped me get a job as a corporate banker. I always met my targets, so I was quickly promoted and rewarded with large pay raises. I was quite wealthy by the time I was 35. Then came the worldwide financial slump. My bank lost money. And many highly paid executives lost their jobs, including me. I was now unemployed for the first time in my working life. I worked freelance as a consultant and then opened my own consultancy, which now employs 50 staff. 07 Checklist. Job and work. Career. A job or series of jobs with the chance to progress. Given a more important job. Without a job. Jobs. Working for different companies on a variety of projects. To tell your employer that you have decided to leave your job. When you learn new skills by working in a job. Teaching specific skills to people who are learning a job. Jobs and professions. Talking about your career. 33. 08 Routine and free time. You can use adverbs of frequency to talk accurately about your daily routine and how often you do work and leisure activities. 8.1 Key language adverbs of frequency. Adverbs of frequency. Sit between the subject of the sentence and the main verb. Always, nearly always. Very often, usually often. New language adverbs of frequency are vocabulary, leisure activities, new skill, talking about routines. Take a shower in the morning. Use these for things that happen all or a lot of the time. 34. 0%. Frequently. Regularly, sometimes. Occasionally. Rarely, hardly ever. Almost never. Never. Cycle to work. Use these for things that happen some of the time. Eat dinner after 10 at night. Use these for things that happen very few times, or not at all. 8.2 Cross out the incorrect words to make pairs of sentences with similar meanings. We go to the theater a few times a year. Equals. We occasionally, often go to the theater. We spend every Christmas together. 2 It rains here about 3 times a week. She goes swimming 6 days a week. 4 They go to the gym twice a week. I stay late at work about once a month. Equals. We usually, always spend Christmas together. Equals. It frequently, hardly ever rains here. Equals. Pipe, 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 pipe. Equals. She very often, sometimes goes swimming. They regularly, nearly always go to the gym. I often, rarely stay late at work. 8.3 Key language word order. You can also describe frequency with more precise expressions. Unlike adverbs of frequency, these must sit at the end of a phrase. Single quote opening curly bracket. The verb usually goes after the adverb of frequency. Precise expressions usually go at the end of a phrase. Often, regularly, hardly ever. Go running. I go running. 5 times a week. Every Tuesday. Once a year. 8.4 Rewrite the sentences, putting the words in the correct order. Occasionally a book. Reads he occasionally reads a book. Once a week. Play we. Tennis. Home rarely they get early. 8.5 Rewrite the note, correcting the errors. Just a month to go until our debut gig. We 3 times a week practice together, so that we'll be ready. We go very often jogging before band practice. It helps sometimes us get ideas for tunes. Rehearsals are going well and we make rarely mistakes now. I have twice a month guitar lessons, which has really helped. After practice we go out nearly always together. 3 Breakfast. Every morning. She eats. Hardly ever. TV. Watch. Just a month to go until our debut gig. We practice together 3 times a week. Cooks. Nearly always he dinner. The dentist. Twice a year. We see. 35. 8.6 Key language word order with be. If the main verb in a sentence is be, adverbs of frequency go after the verb, not before it. Adverbs of frequency go before most verbs. I often take the train. The traffic is often very bad. Adverbs of frequency go after the verb be. Single quote. 8.7 Further examples word order with be. The weather is usually nice here. I'm always tired in the morning. He's often late for meetings. You're hardly ever sick. H. 36. 8.8 Mark the sentences that are correct. I carry nearly always a bag. I nearly always carry a bag. Square root. 8.9 Say the sentences out loud, putting the adverb of frequency in the correct place. I get up early. Opening square bracket. Rarely. I rarely get up early. She has lunch with her friends. Opening square bracket. Frequently. My house is sometimes too cold. My house sometimes is too cold. 2 She almost never walks to work. She walks almost never to work. 3 It very often is his fault. It is very often his fault. They are rarely at home. They rarely are at home. He has usually coffee with his lunch. He usually has coffee with his lunch. My boss hardly ever is angry with me. My boss is hardly ever angry with me. We often invite friends to our house. We invite often friends to our house. He meets clients in London. Opening square bracket. Occasionally. It's great to see you. Opening square bracket. Always. You're late for work. Opening square bracket. Almost never. I read on train trips. Opening square bracket. Usually. 8.10 Listen to the audio and write how often each activity is done. Lucy is an artist who has recently retired and moved to a small town. Her friend Michael is asking her about her new life. Often. Occasionally. Frequently. Always, often, hardly, ever, rarely. 8.11 Read the article and answer the questions. Your health. Beach living. Renshu talks about his new life in Barbados. When my wife Zoe and I lived in London, every day was stressful. We almost never went out because we were too tired. One day I saw this hotel and diving center for sale in Barbados. We left our jobs, bought the business and moved to paradise. Now we work as diving instructors. After breakfast, I usually check the diving gear and load it onto the boat. Zoe occasionally does breakfast for our guests, but our staff usually do that. Zoe and I teach diving courses 5 days a week. We miss our families and friends, but we regularly call our parents and visit friends in London twice a year. We love our new life. Renshu and Zoe never went out in London. True. False. Not given. Zoe usually checks the diving gear. True. False. Not given. Renshu and Zoe's staff usually make breakfast. True. False. Not given. Renshu and Zoe rarely teach diving courses. True. False. Not given. Renshu and Zoe frequently call their parents. True. False. Not given. 6. Renshu and Zoe's friends sometimes visit them. True. Not given. False. 08. Checklist. Adverbs of frequency. Are leisure activities. Talking about routines. 37. 09. Everyday activities. English often uses phrasal verbs to talk about routine activities. Phrasal verbs are two-part verbs that are mostly used in informal, conversational English. 9.1 Key language phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs consist of a verb followed by a particle. The particle often changes the usual meaning of the verb. Phrasal verb. New language phrasal verbs are vocabulary, work and leisure. New skill, talking about everyday activities. Tip: most, but not all, particles in phrasal verbs are also prepositions. I get up early every day. Verb. Particle. 9.2 How to form phrasal verbs. The particle always comes after the verb. The particle never changes, even if the verb changes. This is wrong. The particle should never change. The he form of the verb has an s. Single quote. He gets up. He get ups. X. This is wrong. The particle should come after the verb. He up gets. 9.3 Further examples. Phrasal verbs. You work out at the gym. My cat sometimes runs away. She eats out every Friday. Do you always turn up late? She chills out in the evening. They meet up on weekends. We check into the hotel. She stays in when she's tired. 38. 9.4 Rewrite the sentences, correcting the errors. He workouts at the gym. He works out at the gym. I up get at 6 in the morning. I don't usually out eat in restaurants. 4. They check the hotel into. 2. She chill outs on weekends. 5. He meet ups with his friends after work. 9.5 Read the article and match the phrasal verbs to their definitions. 26 Business today. Delay going to bed. Meet up, spend time together. Up. Arrive. Become more alert. Become older. Be mentioned. Business life. A day in the life of businesswoman Lou Milton. Own an international business consultancy. After a busy morning, my clients and I sometimes meet up for lunch. The clients really enjoy eating great food, so it's good business to go out for a meal and spend some time with them. After lunch, we'll have group meetings. Once all the clients turn up, we have coffee, which always helps me wake up. All kinds of important issues can come up at these meetings, and I don't want to miss even a tiny detail. After work, I always hurry home to see my family. Kids grow up so quickly, and it's important to spend time with them. I don't usually stay up too late. The next day could be a long one. 39. 9.6 Key language phrasal verbs in different tenses. When phrasal verbs are used in different tenses, the verb changes but the particle remains the same. 40. The particle, present simple, past simple, never changes. I work out every week. I worked out yesterday. Present continuous, I am working out right now. I will work out tomorrow. Future with will. 9.7 Rewrite the sentences, correcting the errors. I just chill out right now. I'm just chilling out right now. Don't running away from me. 2. She stays in last night. 3. We are meeting up last Thursday. She ate out next Saturday. 6. He turns up late to work yesterday. W. 9.8 Listen to the audio and answer the questions. Atta. Teresa meets her friend Paul for coffee, and they talk about what they've been doing. Paul arrived at work on time today. True, false, not given. Teresa never gets up early. True, false, not given. 2. Teresa thinks it's important to relax. True, false, not given. Teresa likes exercising. True, false, not given. Paul will see his best friend on Saturday. True, false, not given. 6. Paul won't go to a restaurant this weekend. True, false, not given. 9.9 Say the sentences out loud, using the given phrasal verbs. I exercise 3 times a week. Opening square bracket. Work out. I work out 3 times a week. He doesn't usually arrive late. Opening square bracket. Turn up. It's nice to have dinner in a restaurant. Opening square bracket. Eat out. Are you going to stay at home tonight? Opening square bracket. Stay in. 2. I often spend time with friends. Opening square bracket. Meet up. 6. She likes to relax after work. Opening square bracket. Chill out. 9.10 Look at the pictures and use phrasal verbs to complete the sentences. They are checking into the hotel on weekends. I usually, we, she's, we're going to 5. The bus has last night at the gym tomorrow. 09 Checklist. Phrasal verbs are work and leisure, talking about everyday activities. 41. 10 Vocabulary. 10.1 The body. 42. Ear, head, face, neck, eye, eyebrow, eyelashes, nose, nostrils, shoulder, chin, arm, stomach, hand, thumb, lips, thigh, mouth, teeth, shadooper, tooth, leg, finger, knee, toe, foot. 10.2 Hair, long, short, shoulder length, bald, beard, straight, wavy, curly, ponytail, mustache, US, mustache, UK. Greater than, black hair, brown hair, blonde hair, red hair, grey hair, US, grey hair, UK. 10.3 Appearance. Short, medium height, tall, beautiful, young, middle-aged, old, handsome. 43.